Thank you, Tony. An investigation continues tonight into a fire that damaged two Providence homes. One was vacant, and neighbors are fed up with the conditions. The backyard was filled with trash, many saying it obviously fueled the fire.
One of the property owners even shared surveillance video with us of the moments he says led up to the flames. 12 News reporter Sheena Losciuto is live in Providence with the city's response.
Well, that vacant home is vacant because police say it caught on fire last year, and since then neighbors say it has just become a dumping ground. Really, we saw trash everywhere there. New at 5 o'clock, though, the city of Providence says tomorrow crews will be there to clear it out and put a fence up.
Who is this man? Surveillance video from a neighbor sent to us in pieces and not in its entirety shows a person walking in and out of this property on Pine Street. Soon flames burst out. The area is covered in trash. It quickly gets consumed by fire.
So kind of upset, really upset that it comes down to this. Luckily, it didn't burn any of the wires, you know, the electricity and stuff. But, you know, hopefully we can get some action. That's the house next door to the house.
Neighbor Terrell Osborne witnessed the flames from across the street Sunday night, the call coming in at about 11 p.m. He says he's been making calls to the city about the trash left behind at the Blue House. It's been vacant since a fire last year.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. My wife was like, oh, my God, look at the flames over there. It's going to catch the other house on fire, and it caught this house on fire, which they just did this whole house over. The flames were through the roofs.
Providence city officials just confirmed to 12 News crews will be at the property on Tuesday to clear it off, following violations that were brought to the housing court. Meanwhile, the owner of the building that caught fire next door is hopeful that's the end of it.
I hope somebody do something about this because now that the two houses is vacant and bought it, that's just going to invite more squatters and, you know, junkie to come over here.
Now, the cause of that massive fire remains under investigation tonight. I also want to note that I did pick up another Providence police report today that says fire crews were called to that same house early Sunday morning as well. Reporting live in Providence tonight, I'm Sheena Losciuto, 12 News.
Tonight, we're getting a look at video a property owner shared with us showing the moments before a fire erupted on Pine Street in Providence last night.
We've learned last night was the second time crews were called to the area in 24 hours. 12 News reporter Sheena Losciuto joins us now live from Providence with more from neighbors.
Well, this fire involved two homes. One of them was vacant because it already caught on fire about a year ago. Since then, neighbors say it just turned into a dumping ground. There is trash everywhere, and they truly believe that contributed to that massive fire.
Surveillance video shows the early moments of the Sunday night fire on Pine Street. Here you can see a ton of trash on the ground, a small fire, then later flames shooting up. What? Things only escalate from there. This is a neighbor's view from across the street. Providence firefighters have a major task on their hands.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. My wife was like, oh, my God, look at the flames over there. It's going to catch the other house on fire, and it caught this house on fire, which they just did this whole house over. The flames were through the roofs.
Terrell Osborne says he knew trouble was on the horizon. He's been sounding the alarm to city officials that trash has been piling up at this Blue House, which is empty after catching on fire last year. Where's the owner? Neighbors say that's a good question.
No one's come from the city on the way to board this house up today. The front door's wide open.
Another big question mark. Who is this guy? Surveillance video, which was sent to us in pieces and not in its entirety, appears to show a person walking in between the two homes. This man owns the building on the right side, providing us with what he says is video that captures the moments leading up to the fire.
It's a rental, but again, I haven't been able to rent it for the past year because of all of this stuff.
I also picked up a police report that says authorities noticed another fire on the property Sunday. That one was about 4:30 in the morning and was quickly taken care of. As for what's next, Lau says he's waiting to hear more himself.
Hope somebody do something about this because now that the two houses is vacant and bought it, that's just going to invite more squatters and, you know, junkie to come over here.
Now, the cause of the fire remains under investigation tonight. A city spokesperson tells me the plan right now is tomorrow the city will be sending crews to that property to first clear it out and then put a fence up. Reporting live in Providence tonight, I'm Sheena Loshudo, 12 News.